Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us today. And when I say Happy New Year, I mean, aren't you happy it's a new year? I don't think I've ever been so glad to see a year come to an end. And I've never been so happy to see a new year begin. 2020 will go down in history as one of the most difficult years in our nation's entire being, and the year that changed everything. It changed the way we work, the way we meet, the way we communicate, the way we connect with each other, how far apart we keep from each other, and it changed the way we live. It even affected how many hugs we receive and give on a daily basis. I'm looking forward to the time when we can all be giving good, warm, long hugs with our family members and those we love. With all the issues that came with COVID-19, we learned to tackle a whole new set of challenges. We learned to innovate and to work in new ways. And sadly, we also watched as companies all across the world laid off their employees, applied for government assistance, and now many of them have unfortunately closed their doors. Meluka has been extremely fortunate, and we are forging ahead. Everywhere, people are more interested in health and wellness than ever before. They want stronger immune systems, and when it comes to wellness products, they don't want to settle for less than the very best. That's led hundreds of thousands of new customers to flock to Melaleuca because they've discovered that there's no better wellness products anywhere in the world than at Melaleuca. We are Melaleuca, the wellness company. We've been focused on wellness since we opened our doors more than 35 years ago. In 1985, we set out to make wellness products that would be healthier, safer to use, environmentally friendly, and products that would outperform all the national brands. So how are we doing with that vision? Well, right here in North America, we just wrapped up the best year we have ever had in our 35-year history. And we're still finalizing the numbers, but I can easily say this is the largest increase in sales we've ever experienced in a single year. On top of that, we just experienced our best retention year ever, with over 96.6% retention rate. That's an average over the entire year. That means that over 96.6% of the customers that ordered last month will order again the following month. That's incredible. I'm not aware of another consumer products company that can say that. For years, as you know, we had a 95% retention rate, and we bragged about it because nobody could even come close to that. And now it's better than 96%, and we keep getting better. The families that shop with us month after month are experiencing the difference that Melaleuca products bring to their lives. Our patented illegal mineral technology is unmatched in the world. The superiority of the Peak Performance Pack is undeniable. Through multiple human studies, the Peak Performance Pack has demonstrated to be the best nutritional product in the marketplace. There is nothing like it. Early in 2020, you couldn't find hand sanitizer or disinfectant anywhere. Yet Melaleuca had Clear Defense hand sanitizer and Soluguard botanical disinfectant available to our customers. We were supplying government agencies with hand sanitizer and disinfectants because we were one of only a very few companies in the country that had the foresight to be prepared for the pandemic. We saw it coming months before it hit and ordered a huge supply of ingredients long before the coronavirus became a major concern around the world. In fact, we bought several million pounds of alcohol for Clear Defense and other thousands of tons of Thymol to make Soluguard botanical disinfectant. Just the alcohol that we purchased for Clear Defense was over 82 truckloads. If you lined up all of those truckloads of alcohol back to back, it would make a train over a mile long. That's how much alcohol we had in our inventory, and we made sure that our members had the products they needed. And as good neighbors, we shared our supply of alcohol with other companies and government agencies around the country. Our EcoSense cleaning products are not only extremely effective cleaning products, but they are keeping families safe from the caustic and harmful ingredients of national brands. Our natural ingredient-based disinfectant Solugard Botanical is on the EPA's approved list for disinfectants that can effectively kill the SARS-CoV-2 virus, which is the virus that causes COVID-19. If you review that EPA list, it is dominated by products that have harsh active ingredients like quaternary ammonium or sodium hypochlorite, which is really bleach, and a whole host of other seriously dangerous ingredients. These are the kinds of toxic ingredients that contributed to the revelations of a recent multinational 20-year study that concluded that cleaning your house as little as once a week with those products is as dangerous as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day for 20 years. That's like crazy, but it's true. Those chemicals will cause as much damage to your lungs as smoking a pack of cigarettes every day. There is only one cleaner on the EPA's list that uses the combined power of citric acid, like that found in lemons, and thymol from the herb thyme to effectively disinfect. Only one, Solugard Botanical. It's one of a kind, and it's safe to use on food surfaces, and yet the competition's products are covered with warnings to never do that. Solugard Botanical. It's patented and only available from Melaleuca. And it's just one of a number of EcoSense products that are safer for you and for your home and more effective than what you can find anywhere in a grocery store. Plus, we have dozens of unique and effective nutrition products that we call jaw droppers that can have a huge impact on your health and literally change your life. It's no surprise that Melaleuca is flourishing. Melaleuca truly is the wellness company. In addition to our over 96% retention rate, I'm proud that every Melaleuca customer was referred by another customer. And we ship our exceptional products directly from our factory to the customer. We call it consumer direct marketing. The fact that our model is different holds us to a higher standard. While we benefit from avoiding the high costs of middlemen and traditional advertising and the push for cheaper ingredients found in the grocery store, the fact that our business can grow only if our customers refer other customers holds us to a very high standard. Customers have to be really excited about products before they ever refer their friends. That's why we are so proud that our business here in North America has grown by over 130,000 new households in just the last few months. It's because people really love our products, and they're telling everyone they know. All this excitement about our products creates an exciting business opportunity for average households. We're champions of the little guy, and thousands of average people, just like you, have built substantial monthly incomes, referring their friends and their family to our superior product line, and the result has been astounding. This month we crossed a new milestone. We've now paid out $6.2 billion to our marketing executives. That's billions with a B. We're the absolute best way for average people to get ahead in life. And today we're making it easier than ever to refer a customer to Melaleuca and to get started building a prosperous Melaleuca business. I want to give you my personal promise and assurance that anyone can build a successful Melaleuca business. I know that because I've seen it over and over. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter what your education has been. It doesn't matter what your people skills are. It doesn't matter what your socioeconomic background is. It just matters if you want it bad enough. I've learned that anyone can do it. And I've learned not to ever judge who will and who won't. 35 years ago, I met a lady named Kathy Street. Kathy Street taught me a big lesson I'll never forget. I met her in Meluca's first year. I was doing a meeting in Portland, Oregon. Back then, it was just me and my suitcase and a blackboard. Back then, I would sometimes hold secret meetings. Do you know what a secret meeting is? Secret meeting is when you invite people over and no one shows up. Have you ever held a secret meeting? I know that many of you have. I just want you to know that that's how you start a multi-billion-dollar company. That's what we did. What do you do when you have a secret meeting and no one shows up? I know what I did. I gave the presentation anyway. I felt it was good practice. And I felt like if I really gave a good presentation, people would wish they'd have been there. Anyway, I arrived at the meeting room at the Sheraton Hotel next to the Portland Airport. I made the most important decision of the day, to set up 10 chairs or 12 or maybe 15. At this time, I think I set up about 15 chairs. And then I waited for someone to show up. Fortunately, it was not a secret meeting. People started coming in. At this particular meeting, I remember this little lady sitting in the second row. She was maybe 5'3", 5'4" tall. She was thin. She had thick, like really thick glasses. Gray hair, and her gray hair kind of like went in all directions. And she was watching me. She was just glued on me with full attention. And at the end of the meeting, she got out of her seat, and I was shaking hands and just visiting with people after the meeting. She got out of the second row, ran up, and she came right up to me, like too close. We didn't do social distancing back then, but she was like right in my personal space. I could feel her breath as she talked loudly at me. I could feel her breath in my face, and I was backing up. And she came up and she said, "Young man," she called me a young man, "Young man, my name is Kathy Street, and this is my third or fourth business opportunity meeting that I've been to in the last just few weeks, and you're the first one that didn't tell me I was going to be a millionaire overnight. So I believe you, and I'm going to join your company, and I am going to be an executive director." And she's like telling me, and I'm backing up, and I'm trying to get like out of her breath. And I'm thinking, when she says, "I'm going to be an executive director," I'm thinking, no, you're not. You don't have any people skills. You're in my personal space. You're not going to be an executive director. I didn't say it, but I thought it. And I was friendly to her, of course, shook her hand, and thought probably the last time I ever see this lady. Had lots of people make those kinds of promises before. I didn't know what Kathy Street was going to do. Later I learned what she did. It's not something that I would advocate that you or anybody else do. But here's what Kathy Street did. Back then we only had 8 products. One was a liquid soap, Melaleuca liquid soap. It smelled like Melaleuca oil. It was one of our favorite products back then. She took a little wooden table downtown Portland, Oregon. When I say downtown, I mean where the skyscrapers were, in the business district, people walking by in their suits and in their business clothes. And she had this little rickety wooden table that she would set up. She had a little bowl of water, a bottle of Melaleuca liquid soap, and some paper towels. And she would stand there by her table, and when people would walk by, she would say, Mister, and they turn around and look at her and say, "Yes, Mister, can I wash your ring for you?" And they would say, No, thank you. No, wash my ring? No, thank you. And then the next person would come, "Mister, could I wash your ring for you?" No, thank you. No, thank you. One after another. Mister, no, thank you. No, get back. Get away from me, crazy lady. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. But sometimes somebody would say, once in a while, would say, sure, why not? Yeah, wash my ring for me. And then she would take out her little toothbrush and her Melaleuca soap and her little water, and she would scrub it all up. It would just take just a minute. And it would like glisten. And she'd hand it back to them, and then she would say, all of my products work that well. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, that's really nice. Thank you very much. All of my products work that well. Could I come by your home and show you the rest of my products? And then they would say, no, come by my home. Well, no, thank you. Of course not. And the next person that she washed, could I come by your home? No, thanks. No, thank you, but thanks for thanks for doing that, but no, of course not. No, one after another, no. But sometimes somebody would say, sure, why not? Come by my home and show me the rest of your products. And they'd go to their home, and she would do her little product demonstrations and tell about her Melaleuca products. And now, 8 years later, we used to award executive directors with a new car from stage. We did it, that's how we did it. Sometimes we still do the same today. And as I came to Portland, Oregon, Kathy Street had advanced to executive director, and we were awarding her with her second Melaleuca car, because she had already had her senior director car. And Kathy Street didn't even drive. She couldn't drive, she didn't know how to drive. Somebody else drove her. She didn't know how to drive. She kept her new cars in her garage. Very proud of them, because she had new cars. I remember when I handed her that, and I remembered the thought that I had many years back when she told me, I'm going to be an executive director, and I thought, no, you're not. And I felt guilty. And I learned to love Kathy Street. She's no longer with us. She passed a few years ago. But she taught me a big lesson. Don't ever judge whether someone is going to do it or not. And if Kathy Street can do it, anybody can do it. You can do it. You have to have what Kathy Street had. She had tenacity. She didn't take no as a rejection to her. She'd been rejected her whole life. She had a life full of rejections. She just knew she had to keep asking. She didn't take it personal. The next person, that person said no, there was another person. She'd ask the next person, and the next person. Not obnoxiously, but she would just keep asking. And sometimes they would say yes. That's how you build a successful Melaleuca business. You have to stay in the game. You do have to ask a lot of people. You have to do it pleasantly. And not obnoxiously. You just have to keep asking, and don't take rejection as a no. That's how you build a Melaleuca business. That's why Jeff Miller is a presidential director. That's why all the corporates are corporate directors, because they asked a lot of people. They received a lot of no's. Anybody can build this business. Anybody can. You can. I promise you that you can. There's never been a better time to build a Melaleuca business. We've come so far since that night I met Kathy Street. We've introduced hundreds of products since Kathy became an executive director. We're entirely debt-free. We own all of our factories and distribution centers around the world. We own all of our own formulas. Our scientists have made countless discoveries by unlocking many of nature's secrets never before discovered. Our formulas are protected by proprietary trade secrets, and many are protected by patents. We manufacture almost all of our own products, and yes, we manufacture them right here in America. We feel nothing can stop us. Nothing. Thank you for being a part of our mission of enhancing lives. In 2020, across the United States and the entire world, we saw record levels of unemployment. Jobs that once seemed secure don't seem that way anymore. The wisdom of having a plan B is more apparent than ever before. This is our time. People need us now more than ever. Let's not let them down.